Hello friends, welcome back to another story time this week. I hope you enjoyed the origami story. If you listened to the very end and you made an origami ladybug, I would love to see it. Ask your parents if it's okay, and if it is, take a picture and you can send it to my MISD email. I would love to see your creations. And this week, I have a brand new book for you. It is so new. It just came into our library right before we left school. It's called I See Seafood. And on the back it says, can you find pancakes and pizza crust in the ocean? The answer might surprise you. I can't wait to share this book with you. And stay tuned at the end for some more ideas of things you can make with items around your house to go along with our seafood book today. Now, it's not the seafood that the game you play and the joke you play on your friends at lunch where you say, you want to see some seafood? Not that kind of seafood. Let's get started. I See Seafood, Sea Creatures That Look Like Food by Jenna Grodzicki. And I'm reading this with permission from Millbrook Press, the publisher Millbrook Press. And before we get started, I know we've talked about this in the library. Let's see what the book's copyright date is. And copyright is just a fancy way of saying, what is the book's birth date? And you can look in the fine print, and you can look for the C with the circle around it. And when I look, I see that this book really is brand new. It was made in 2020, so it just came out this year. Let's see what kind of ocean animals look like food. Pineapples, pancakes, and chocolate chip cookies are tasty treats. But did you know they all live in the ocean? That can't be right. Or is it? These sea creatures are not your normal seafood. These weird and wonderful animals look a lot like the foods we know and love. I don't know if you can see that. A lot of interesting things. But their appetizing appearance isn't just for fun. Each animal has reasons for having features that happen to look like their tasty twins. An Australian pineapple fish swims slowly through the coral reef. And I'm not going to read every single thing to you. I'm going to give you some of the highlights. If you see an animal that you're interested in, feel free to look it up. You can use our Britannica encyclopedia that we have online or any other search tool that your parents approve. You can look up the animals that you see. But let's see about the pineapple fish. It has armored scales, and that protects it from predators. Their spiky scales are called scutes. And also, the Australian pineapple fish appears to have a glowing mouth, and that is from some special glowing bacteria that live in its mouth. An egg yolk jellyfish drifts along with the tide. If you look closely, it does look like an egg, but it's a jellyfish. The delicate bell of the egg yolk jellyfish looks like a freshly cracked egg floating in the water. And also, an egg yolk jellyfish can have hundreds of tentacles. Those are like its arms. It's what it uses to grab things and pick things up and to sting. A constellation of chocolate chip sea stars spreads out across the ocean floor. Aren't those beautiful? And they're kind of making me hungry. It does look like chocolate chips. Dark brown pointy horns that look like chocolate chips cover the chocolate chip sea star. But those horns are not there to remind us of freshly baked cookies. They act like armor to help protect it from fish that want to take a bite. And the interesting fact, no two chocolate chip sea stars are exactly alike. That means just like giraffes don't ever have the same pattern of spots, the sea stars, none of them are the same. A banana wrasse swims in and out of the nooks and crannies of the reef. It does look like a banana, doesn't it? A wrasse is a type of fish with thick lips and strong teeth. You might mistake it for a banana that's ripe for peeling, but it's not a fruit at all. The difference in coloring makes it easier for banana wrasses to find each other. Did you know there are more than 500 species of wrasses, including the banana wrasse? Oh, this one's beautiful. It's a lettuce sea slug. It creeps along the coral. So a lot of these creatures live on or around the coral reefs. All you can eat salad bar. The lettuce sea slug's ruffled leaves, or parapodia, look a lot like lettuce. This sea slug has a unique way of eating. First, it dines on algae. Then it uses a tiny part of the algae called the chloroplast to perform photosynthesis. The chloroplasts are stored inside the parapodia. That's the ruffly part. They capture the sunlight and use the light to make sugar, and the sugar feeds the sea slug, and it also gives the sea slug its green hue. And an interesting fact, the ruffled shape of the parapodia helps the sea slug get as much sunlight as possible. Oh, this one's pretty close to us. This is called a Louisiana pancake batfish. It swims near the bottom of the ocean. It does look like a pancake. The pancake batfish is small, round, and flat, just like a pancake. Its skin is bumpy and looks like a pancake that was left sitting out too long. The Louisiana pancake batfish lies on the ocean floor to hide from predators. And a fun fact, the Louisiana pancake batfish uses its fins to walk along the ocean floor. And this is a sea apple perching on the coral reef. The colorful sea apple is not a fruit. It's actually an animal known as a sea cucumber. They're oval animals with tough, spiny, bumpy skin. It's shaped like an oval most of the time. But when the sea apple senses danger, it sucks in a huge amount of water. And this causes the body of the sea apple to inflate into a round shape and lets it quickly float away. So kind of like a puffer fish can puff up, the sea apple can suck in a lot of water and make itself look larger to escape. Sea apples breathe through their rears. Oh my goodness. The cauliflower jellyfish swims through the open ocean with its long filaments trailing behind. Does look like cauliflower. The cauliflower jellyfish may remind you to eat your vegetables. It has large curly arms that look like the cauliflower on your plate. Without these arms, the cauliflower jellyfish would go hungry. The arms collect tiny animals from the water. Then the jellyfish sends the food up into its 4 stomachs. 4 stomachs! Did you know? A cauliflower jellyfish does not have a heart or a brain or blood. And this is a pizza crust sea slug. It looks like a pepperoni pizza to me. It inches along the rocky reef. Extra cheese, please. If you saw this creature, you might think someone dropped a piece of pizza on the floor of the ocean, but it's really a sea slug. The pizza crust sea slug is covered in small round bumps. These look a lot like bits of cheese and pepperoni. Scientists believe its coloring and shape could help the pizza crust sea slug blend into its environment. So that's how it camouflages itself. Did you know? A pizza crust sea slug has a shell on the inside of its body. Not the outside, but the inside. Thousands of creatures of all shapes and sizes live in the world's oceans. Scientists believe there are many more out there that have yet to be discovered. But when it comes to ocean animals, sharks and dolphins and whales and sea turtles, those are what gets most of the attention. The weird and wonderful sea creatures deserve some love too. And there's some of the ones we talked about: the egg yolk jellyfish, the sea slug that looks like lettuce, the sea apple, the banana wrasse, and the cauliflower jellyfish. All right, maybe this list of seafood lookalikes will continue to grow. The next discovery could be yours. That might be a career you want to think about, an oceanographer. Now, I told you that I would have some suggestions for things you can make. Think about the favorite animal that you saw, the ocean animal you saw, and you can look around your house for some materials. If you have Play-Doh, You can make a model of the creature. If you have paper and crayons or paper and markers, you can draw a picture. If you have a paper plate, I made an egg yolk jellyfish. Or here's a banana wrasse floating along the ocean. And maybe the best one of all, a pancake batfish. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you next time. Remember, if you want to send any of your creations to me, use my MISD email, jennifer.harrison@misd.org, and I'll see you soon.